Welcome back, America. It's Hugh Hewitt. I've been traveling around the country so much. People have accused me of forgetting that California's got elections, but I haven't. Probably the number one target in all of California for the National Republican Congressional Committee and the Conservative statewide is David Harmer taking out McNerney, the Democrat. David Harmer joins me now, harmerforcongress.com. Hi, David. How are you?
You doing great, and it's a pleasure to be part of the universe today.
Thank you for joining me. David, give us a sense of where the district is and how it looks right now.
California's 11th congressional district starts in the eastern Bay Area suburbs and goes over the hill to the San Joaquin Valley. It's about half East Bay, half San Joaquin Valley. Out of California's 53 congressional districts, 52 are absolutely safe for the incumbent, 19 for Republican incumbents, 33 for Democratic incumbents. This is the one true swing district left in the state.
And how is it looking right now? You've got to be obviously taking pollings, taking soundings. How do you feel?
The American Action Forum did the most recent independent third-party poll, not commissioned or paid for by the campaign. They showed us with a 1-point lead, 45% to 44%. That's consistent with what we're seeing, which is that the race is too close to call, far too close for comfort.
So, David, you've got the East Bay, so obviously you got some lefties there. You got San Joaquin, so you got some agriculture and some conservative people who've been whacked by the Endangered Species Act. You're an environmental expert. You've been at the Heritage Foundation. Are people focusing on the issues, or is this a personality campaign up there?
Issues, absolutely issues. In fact, it is very rare that I get any questions about local or regional or state issues. People are focused like a laser on the issues that matter to everybody around the country, which is, first of all, the economy is stagnant, and second, the federal government is exploding. My message is we've got to reverse those. We've got to stop growing the government and start growing the economy.
Now, in terms of what the number one priority in your district is it Obamacare or is it the spending?
Oh, it's the spending, absolutely. People get it. They understand the link between a stagnant economy and an out-of-control government. Every day I talk to people who've been out of work 6, 12, even 18 months. Everybody understands that everyone in the private sector is tightening their belts. Employers don't dare hire. Meanwhile, they see Congress spending money like it's gushing out of that well from under the Deepwater Horizon. And they understand that the feds are sucking all the oxygen out of the economy.
Now, how do you get people to pay attention? You got Meg Whitman, Carly Fiorina, you've got Jerry Brown's a big deal. All the attention is focused on these big names. How in the world are you getting anyone to pay attention to the 11th Congressional District and David Harmer?
Believe it or not, people are really focused on it because Congress is where these bad policies originate. People understand that the stagnant economy isn't just bad luck, it's the direct consequence of bad policies. And especially small business people, they understand that every time they turn around, something is coming out of Washington that makes it much harder for them to hire, invest, save, and grow. They know that starts with the Obama-Pelosi agenda, and the way to change that is changing who we send to Congress.
Now, obviously, that takes money. What's the financial situation?
We have outraised the incumbent in every reporting period since I got into the race.
Wow.
I didn't decide to run until January. In the first quarter, the incumbent Democrat raised $282,000. We raised $380,000. In the second quarter, he stepped it up and raised $350,000. We raised $409,000. In the third quarter, I think we're going to beat him again, but we had a contested primary, and he didn't. And he started with $1 million in the bank, and we didn't. So there's still a cash-on-hand disparity. And for listeners in the universe who want to be part of sending Nancy Pelosi a real message in her own backyard, go to harmerforcongress.com. That's HARMERFOR Congress.com.
I will also put a link up for that over at HughHewitt.com. I think you're really putting hope ahead of experience if you expect the tribbles in the universe to contribute, David. But the listener base is good. In terms of how much, are you going to do this on television, or is it direct mail, or is it radio? How are you communicating?
We've already been on cable for 2 weeks. We went up the day after Labor Day, and the NRCC went up last week. So we're heavy on cable, and we will stay there through Election Day. We'll be adding radio, and we'll be adding direct mail.
DCCC playing as well?
$1.5 million worth.
What are they accusing you of?
One of their most reliable incumbents is obviously endangered, and so they're bringing out the big money for him, and we're going to make him waste it all.
Are they accusing you of threatening Social Security and wanting to push old people into the Bay?
Of course, which is why that's one of the clearest signals that we're winning. They're trotting out these squeezing tired old canards that just didn't have any traction when they were invented decades ago. I don't think it's going anywhere.
It doesn't. They don't shoot at targets they don't need to hit. David Harmer, keeping the good fight. We'll check back with you. Harmer for Congress on the West Coast. From Marco Rubio on the East Coast to David Harmer on the West Coast, bringing you interviews with the people who are going to make the new majority in Congress. HarmerForCongress.com.